Welcome, everybody, to Night of the Nerdy Laser, episode 92. We're talking Pumpkinhead from 1988. I am your host, Richard. It's already been done, Ed Hardy. Yule.
And I'm Jeff Lown.
That witch's voice is my favorite thing in life right now.
It's pretty great.
It's awesome.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead is really cool. It doesn't get the love that it should. It's got Lance Henriksen, which you may know as Bishop from the Alien franchise. What else is he doing? Children
Everything. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Children of the Corn.
It might have been. I don't know.
Okay, well, he hasn't been in everything because I said Children of the Corn and you said maybe.
There's like 40 of those. I can't keep track of who was in 40 movies.
Ooh, and I heard that new one is like the Jeepers Creepers Reborn bad.
That's what you were saying, yeah.
Yeah, I need to see both of it. I need to have a double feature here pretty soon.
Do you hate life or what?
Have you seen Reborn yet?
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Is it bad?
Oh, it's awful.
I mean, how? The trailer looked good.
How? Did you see 3? 3 was bad. God, 3 was real bad. One is a good movie. Obviously, there's a stigma around it. But you know, 1 it sucks because I really like Justin Long, and you know he's in it. And then 2 wasn't bad, but
most people I knew like 2 more than 1, but I always liked 1 better.
Yeah.
So this we're not talking about any of those movies. So we're talking Pumpkinhead, which has 3 sequels, by the way.
Pumpkinhead,
yeah, I think 2 of them went to Sci-Fi.
That's correct.
So Pumpkinhead and Pumpkinhead 2. Pumpkinhead, it did not go to the theater, did it?
I can't remember. I was 0 at the time, so I don't know. Just don't have a great memory.
Well, I was 10, so I'm not much better. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. The second one for sure didn't, but the first one is directed by Stan Winston.
Yeah,
and sure you can tell it's not a normal director. Like I think that's what makes the movie really stand out.
Made sure his effects looked amazing and his monster.
Yeah, and the scenery, man. I mean, just the scenery is crazy in this movie. I mean, it's basically an Appalachian folktale, even though I'm not really sure where it takes place.
Yeah.
Do they say?
Appalachia somewhere. But
Kentucky,
yeah,
Tennessee,
West Virginia, maybe. I don't know.
West Virginia. You know that song, see?
Yeah, I think everybody does. Anyway, I want to say I heard, this originated, it was based on a poem, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then another fun fact I knew from listening to something else, or I think just an interview with Lance Henriksen, was he actually learned to read because he became an actor. So he couldn't really read, and he had to learn lines and stuff. So he learned to read. I don't know why I said that, because that has nothing to do with the movie, I don't think. Just an interesting fact, I guess.
It is awkward that he, like, when he was born, he looked 80, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because even in this movie, he doesn't look young. He looks like he's 80.
Yeah. I mean, we get, like a 2 to 3 minute scene of him like shirtless, like burning stuff with a flamethrower and working hard. He's like wiping sweat off his brow and all that stuff. And you're like, okay, what are you trying to sell us here, Stan Winston? I don't think I don't know if he has that appeal. Wash your hands.
The movie opens up with him as a child.
Eddie.
So his parents, they're in this house, and apparently during the day it's always sunny, and then at night it's like this windy, foggy, not really rain, but there's lightning like all the time. Like that's the only nighttime that they have. And so we get this neighbor friend running from something. He tries to go into Ed Harley's house. He's like knocking on the door. Ed, help me. Or not Ed, whatever his dad's
Father of Ed,
help me. And but from this what I like about movies that are actually have a story and try to be somewhat cohesive, like you get one line where he's like, I didn't mean to do that to that girl or whatever. Like, so he's admitting to doing something bad. We don't know what, but we know it was bad enough for somebody to bring Pumpkinhead back.
Yeah, the Demon of Revenge or whatever.
Yeah, and so Pumpkinhead kills that guy, and father of Ed never let him in or anything, which it probably would have killed everybody. So
Yeah, I
then
think.
we flash forward to where Ed Harley's 108 years old with a 4-year-old.
Yeah, yeah. I think they say, Pumpkinhead won't hurt you at some point later on. Like he won't hurt you unless you get in his way from hitting his target. He's like Terminator,
Pumpkin Terminator.
basically.
So I mean, the story is real simple, like, and this just shows, like, people that watch this movie now are like, well, he's a terrible father, I would call DCS on him and all that. It's like, this shit didn't last. It wasn't around in the 80s. Okay, I mean, I could go into a big story where in Tampa, Florida, my mother hit a cow when I was like 6 years old, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and she didn't get in trouble.
Would you go through the window or what happened?
I got shoved underneath the dash.
Oh,
And
yeah.
well, I don't remember any of it. So knowing me, I was either unconscious or sleeping, and a combination of both. But they had to bust, like, pry the, like, dash out from underneath me. And I don't remember anything except waking up in a cop car. and I got a bear.
Yeah, there you go.
And this woman was like, do you want to go see the cow? And I was like, sure. So I went out there and I was like, there's the cow. There's the cow. Over there's the cow. My mom fucking destroyed that thing.
Multiple parts.
The funniest story about that, the funniest part is that this was in Tampa, Florida, and that cow had been missing from a meat market for 3 days.
So it was out, it escaped, and then
it was in the middle of the road. And my mom just...
It escaped and gained its freedom like the dude in Shawshank Redemption, and then you guys just killed it with a car.
You guys, I didn't have anything to do with this. I was obviously
guilty by association. Easy to be like, yeah, I don't remember any of it.
Fair, my mom's excuse is she thought it was a dog, and I was like, well, you thought it was okay to hit a dog?
You know how big those Tampa dogs are.
Or how small the Tampa cows are.
Yeah, that too.
But enough to destroy a car made of actual metal.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are old cars. That was just a death machine back then.
It was all good. I mean, yeah. I mean, if we were in like a Kia, well, I wouldn't be here today. No. That thing would have just shattered. Just the cow would still be okay. The Kia just would have, like, and the cow would have just walked on.
It would have what, Marvel? The snap, the car just disintegrates.
I've never seen those movies.
I know.
All right, so yeah, so I mean, that's so it's a pretty quick story to tell, because Ed Harley leaves his kid to go to he has to get something to the house, so he leaves him
manure for that other family or something.
Huh?
It was like manure or something for that other family.
Yeah. Get something back at the house. So he's just like, just stay here. And these out-of-towners, these city folk come in.
Those teens.
They're riding dirt bikes. I mean, they were like, college kids. Not teens.
We'll say the 18 to 24.
You're one of those that think that's a teenager, right?
Whatever. They act like them these days. It's like, grow up.
So they're riding dirt bikes, and I mean, they inadvertently kill this kid. I mean, it was an accident, and that's what I don't really understand about all this. Like, I mean, they don't the reason. Okay, so the what makes them bad, because it was an accident. Like, I mean, it was an accident, but what makes them bad is, from the story point of view, is the guy had a little bit to drink, and he was on probation. And he was on probation, but that's it. Like, those are the only two factors that made him like an evil guy.
He just didn't want to get in more trouble, so he left.
Well, yeah. So that just makes him a douchebag, and I mean, like, so I don't know. Like, I I wish it would have been more intent, you know. But then I guess you go through a whole nother thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's just a father's revenge, is what it
I
boils
mean,
down to.
it's Pet Cemetery,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah,
I
kind of
mean,
is.
I mean, very, very similar. I mean, not exact, but I mean, the premise of digging up something that was buried and it coming out to kill people.
Yeah,
One's a Pumpkinhead and one's a Gage. One's Miko Hughes.
yeah.
um. So yeah. Then he comes back. One of the kids is still there. He's like, Mister, we didn't mean to. And then he's walking away. And he's carrying the boy, and he looks back, and he's like, oh,
Those revenge eyes.
revenge eyes. So then we are introduced to this family of Appalachian kids. There's like 4,000 of them. And one of them happens to be Mr. Brian Bremer, who is a friend of mine and Jeff's if he would ever come to FrankenCon, but he won't. So Jeff can't call him a friend. So, ha.
Yeah.
um, so Brian is awesome. He's going to be at FrankenCon, and also he's going to be a bride of FrankenCon. But you know who he's sponsored by?
Who?
Our friend Jason down at the dungeon. So Jason has this awesome store called The Dungeon at Southland. You can find out more information on Instagram if you follow Southland_dungeon. He posts pictures probably twice a day, probably too much. And you see VHS, DVD. I'm just kidding. Well, I never post on social media anymore. You're supposed to post 4 times a day. Did you know that? Did you know that, John?
No. Why? What 4 times a day to do what?
Like
No life?
if you're trying to sell something, if you're a brand, if you're trying to do stuff, you're
Oh.
supposed to post, and that's specifically TikToks. I couldn't imagine posting 4 TikToks. Like, I'm not a 15-year-old girl doing dances and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Don't be those
Good.
people. Yeah, don't be a 14-year-old girl.
But I mean, like, I don't know. So TikTok's very hard for me, like, to post at all on. But anyway, follow Jason. He has VHS tapes, DVDs, Blu-ray, video games. He's got vinyl records, just anything. I mean, he's even got tarot cards. So go
Yeah.
down to the physical store. This is in Maryville, Tennessee. If you're in town for Bride of FrankenCon, it's just down the road. It's an 8-minute drive. So you can go see the store. You can check them out. You can buy a boutique Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome, Severin. What's he got down there? He just got in a bunch of like John Waters stuff. So
Oh yeah, I saw that post.
yeah, you got like Pink Flamingo and I don't know what Divine or I don't know what any of those are.
Good enough.
Crybaby. I think I saw Crybaby back in the day, and I might have seen Serial Mom, but I actually got Serial Mom, and I still haven't watched it. So.
That's a Scream Factory release, I think.
I bought it from Jason.
Down at the dungeon.
Down at the dungeon, Southland_dungeon on Instagram. So you can also go to southlandbooksandcafe.com. All right, so basically we get Brian. This whole thing is Brian's fault. Brian plays a character named Bunt, and Ed Harley's he remembers this demon from his past, and it's like a folklore. It goes around town. Everybody's kind of heard about it. Nobody's really ever seen it. Whatever. And so he goes to Bunt's dad to be like, take me there. You know where this witch lives, and the witch can tell me what the hell to do to take revenge. This isn't to get his son back. This is just to take revenge.
Yeah, he wants to kill those people.
Yeah. So the dad won't do it, and so Bunt, aka Brian Bremer, takes him up there. He takes him so far and then makes him walk the rest of the way.
Yeah, because he gives him money, so he tells him,
Yeah.
"Don't tell my daddy."
Don't tell me that. So, the cool thing about Brian is for Bride of FrankenCon, he will be there, so you can meet him. But on Thursday, he's kicking off he's doing the official launch party, and he's doing a live commentary of this movie, Pumpkinhead.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be a lot of fun. You can go to frankencontn.com. So we got to talk about the special effects, right? Like that's like king in this
so.
movie.
Yeah.
I think with the special effects, I'm also talking about like scenery and shots because Stan Winston is behind all of that. But so Ed Harley goes to the witch, and she tells him he has to go to a pumpkin patch and dig up Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
So we get this great shot of him standing on this, like, I don't know what you call him, like it's almost like a cliff, but it's not.
Like a plateau. It looks like a little plateau or something.
Yeah. And it's an awesome shot of him standing there like with a shovel, and then he digs up this cute little baby pumpkin head.
Looks like Voldemort or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Little dead Voldemort.
It kind of does. So he takes it back to the witch. The witch does all the hoodoo stuff, and then Ed Harley just leaves, and then Pumpkinhead kills the kids.
Yeah, it's that simple.
I mean, it really is. I mean, it's a little disappointing because, I mean, like, there's not a whole lot of gore. And, I mean, the kills aren't great. But there are some cool...
The guy that runs the kid over, I don't know if we said it, but he hits with like a dirt bike because two of them wanted to race. And the kid goes to save the dog. The bike hits him. He dies. But the guy's kind of a terrible person because everybody with him is like, all right, we got to do something. We got to say something. And he basically like holds him hostage. And he's like, you ain't leaving. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. It's like, no, you don't need to kill him. They just
want going back to jail, man.
Basically, yeah. And, they kind of get picked off one by one in horror movie fashion. But like you said, the real star of the show is Pumpkinhead and the work on him. He's a massive
like I said, the shots, the first kill you get is like Pumpkinhead just having this guy by his leg and stuff, and he throws him in a tree, and then he falls down. And
yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah,
it's a visual.
Yeah, it's a very visual, a very visual film. This wasn't the first time you've seen it, was it?
No, but to be fair, I only watched it like a year ago. Like before FrankenCon last year, I watched it.
I had to brush up on your Brian information.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to at least. I mean, I remember it when I was a kid. There is a chance that I sort of remember seeing it, like in the early '90s. But I mean, I couldn't confirm or deny. I think I saw parts of it, and then I saw clips, and then I mean, I collected the movie Maniacs. Which, do you have that close? No, of course not.
It's over there.
You can't see it.
You could see it. It's right there.
Here, hold on. Can't see this shit.
Ah!
Oh no, that made it worse.
I'll just go grab it. Give me a second here.
But anyway, so I collected the movie Maniacs, and I love I mean, this Pumpkinhead is amazing. I mean, it is really kind of a statue. I mean, it's basically a Star Wars figure. Like, I think his head, his arms, and his legs move. Well, that does nothing. Oh, there you go. So it's a really cool figure.
It's as big as my head for size comparison.
And would you pay for it?
Not the $15. It's on the price tag. I think it was about $50 after shipping.
It's funny. I feel like that figure. I mean, and this is a 20-year-old figure.
Yeah.
And I feel like at Spencer's they were probably $15. 10 to 15.
I'm sure.
$10 to $15 was probably the going rate for them. Maybe 20, but I feel like 20 is awfully high for those. Because I mean, even when Marvel Legends came out, they were like $10.
Legends used to be $10.
Yeah, oh yeah. All dude, figures used to be very affordable.
Legends go for like 25 to 35 now. And then if you do the Hasbro Pulse or whatever it is, where you could kind of do the Kickstarter, I think they did one for like Magneto or something.
Oh, where it's not a Kickstarter, but yeah, it's their version of it, sort of.
Basically funding
So
to
many
produce
have
them.
to get have so many backers.
Yeah, they made that giant one. Cyclops. Was it Cyclops?
Sentinel?
Sentinel. That's him. Good job. Way to be better than me.
Sentinel is not a him, it's them. There
Look
are
at him.
sentinels.
Yeah.
They're
Look at him.
robots. They're the giant robots that you see in the
You
animated.
see it in the first episode of the animated series.
Night of the Sentinels, I think it's called.
There you go. I actually restarted watching that not too long ago. I made it about 4 episodes in, and I was like, you know what? I'm good. Not because it was bad, but just because I get so bored with TV.
Well, here's the thing. So I was going to do that with Spider-Man. I was going to be like, I'm going to watch them all. And I was going to do it with Gargoyles, too. And then I'd get fucking bored. But
So
the
bored.
the nice thing with Spider-Man is you could just pick a storyline. Like, there's usually 2 to 4 episodes that make a storyline. You don't really have to watch the other ones. But the way those were made was to watch them after school and every day. Yeah. So you can do that with the X-Men as well. You know, just pick storylines and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Gargoyles, I don't think you can do that with. And I'm not sure that I like
Street Sharks.
You did?
I want to.
Oh, I have the DVD.
Do you?
The
I have a
complete
shirt.
series.
I think it says Jawsome on it.
I mean, that's their catchphrase.
Awesome.
Gosh, that show is crazy.
A bunch of roided out sharks walking around beating people.
One of them's on rollerblades.
Yeah, one's like a surfer biker.
I want those figures so bad, but they're so expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so expensive.
They're like grails at this point.
Yeah, I mean, even loose, like by themselves, they're crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about that some more. I think we hit all the main parts about it, though. I mean, like you're saying, it's a very simple story. It's directed by a guy that makes movie monsters. This is one of the movies where you see it specifically for the monster. You don't watch it for the storyline. You don't watch it for the other actors. You just want to watch the cool like animatronic work and stuff like that. But like
Lance is great in this movie, and the witch is cool.
Yeah, the makeup. And all
but
that.
I mean, it is a creature feature. I mean, Pumpkinhead is the coolest part.
Yeah,
and he is alien-like.
Yeah.
I mean, he, as far as the like, his head goes kind of back like an alien,
like a xenomorph. Yeah.
No,
that's cool.
I mean, and Pumpkinhead is amazing looking. Like it's no Rawhead Rex here. He ain't crap time.
And that guy, yeah, that I mean, that was one we covered on our Trash Talk show. But if you guys get a chance, check that one out just to see those eyes, those laser red, the eyes that had like a laser through the window.
And I love Rawhead Rex.
And just the cross-eyed character.
I can't remember if that's on our YouTube channel or not. If it's not, I'll try to get it on there.
Yeah.
We're having some difficulties with the YouTube channel, but I think I've figured it out. But now it's just a process of putting more stuff on there. So Night of Nerdy Laser, you can look us up on YouTube and Instagram. Follow us there. And this week, because this is dropping this week, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
So this weekend, if you're in the Chattanooga area, you should come to Metrotham Con. It's in Chattanooga. It's at the convention center. I'm going to be there by myself, completely overwhelmed, and I need your help. So come see me, because sitting next to me will be Mr. One John Russo, who co-wrote Night of the Living Dead, is responsible for Return of the Living Dead. He wrote the novel Midnight and then directed the movie, which I think I'm going to try to watch. I also want to watch Santa Claus, which he's behind.
Claus,
like
Yeah.
like a kitty cat.
Yeah. um, yeah. That'd be cool.
So no, I mean, really cool guest. We're bringing him in. Night of the Nerdy Laser specifically is bringing John in. Um, yeah, it's going to be awesome. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, tomorrow on Thursday, May 11th, we're going to say May 11th if that's
That's pretty
Thursday.
good.
Actually, I can do math. 9th, 10th, May 11th. You can go to Orbit DVD in Asheville, North Carolina. Just go to orbitdvd.com. You can find out where they are and all that. And John will be there doing a free signing with Mark, our buddy, over there. So you can meet John there, or you can meet John at MetropolitanCon, or come to both. So yeah, that's and I'll have some t-shirts and some stickers. I got damn fine custard stickers in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you did.
So if you come by, tell me you listen to this episode and I'll give you something.
Yes.
A
Hey, I
hard
listened
time.
to this episode.
I
did it when I was editing
it. You don't get nothing.
Here's I was kind of looking through some like facts about Pumpkinhead while you're doing that.
Pumpkin facts.
Pumpkin facts. The costume that Florence Schaffler wore as Haggis weighed about 65 pounds.
The costume weighed 65 pounds?
The witch costume, right?
Oh, the witch costume. Whoa.
That's a lot, right?
I mean, for that witch, yeah. Maybe that's why she was talking like that.
Blah, blah, blah.
I can't breathe that, Harley.
So Lance, here's a good one. Lance gathered all the silver dollars himself by visiting several pawn shops. He said that most of them fell through the floorboards of Haggis's shack, where they may still be. He had a set of dentures made to give him a more rural
shack
look.
Still around?
I don't know, but those silver dollars are probably worth a lot of money.
Oh my God, if that shack's around, that'd be cool, man.
Yeah. He gathered all of his own
God
props.
knows that thing could, there's no way 30, 40 years later it could exist.
No. 35 years. Easy. He made a set of dentures to give him a more rural look, and then he gathered all his own props and wardrobe, including the pump-action shotgun, the cap he wore throughout the film, and then the money. I guess it was really fun being on set, and everybody's mood was actually really good, despite some of the setbacks and stuff that happened.
Brian talks really positive about this movie. You know, Brian was also in Society and Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, The Toymaker, which we did on Trash Talk, which you can find Trash Talk on our YouTube channel, like I said, and Tingler Television, which you can find on Roku. So just go to Roku, add Tingler, and you'll get some cool content. When I was watching this the second time, I was like, I don't remember the end. Like, I don't remember how they actually kill Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
So spoiler if you don't want to hear this, but I thought that was cool. Like, in order for Pumpkinhead to die, Ed Harley had to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got these like red eyes, like in this mean face looking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. He got like the miniature Pumpkinhead face.
Yeah.
Because then I guess his corpse would become the next Pumpkinhead that you have to dig up.
Yeah, I guess so, because Pumpkinhead just bursts into flames.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's laying there. Because one of the teenagers, air quotes, shoots Ed Harley because he tells her to. Because he figures out like that's the only way.
Yeah, because didn't they try to light him on fire?
Huh?
Didn't he try to light him on fire to save the kids?
Oh, he has that. He brings back that flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing worked. I mean, but as soon as she shot him, Pumpkinhead went down too.
Yeah.
And then burst into flames.
He kind of, Ed redeems himself after kind of rushing to the revenge kind of thing, and notices he's like killing innocent people, and he's no better than them.
I think that's what I like about the movie is it's all flawed characters, really. And it's one of those rash decisions, which I think is relatable to Pet Sematary,
Yeah.
because that's what happened there, really. So,
Yeah.
whereas if you just wait, it's like when you're mad at somebody. If you tell them to fuck off, well, they're probably gonna go fuck off. But if you just wait a minute, you're probably like, oh, well, that was stupid. They didn't mean to eat my ice cream.
They did, but it's all right.
I mean, I wouldn't be friends with you if you ate my ice cream, but
I won't. Don't worry.
I know you won't unless it's some shitty ice cream I wouldn't eat.
Or like dirt, grass, or whatever I eat.
Who knows? I'm kind of glad you're not coming, so I don't have to figure out what the fuck to feed you. Be like, here's some
Hey,
peanut butter.
we gotta stop by the store. I gotta get peanut butter and almond milk and like random nonsense.
That won't live in my house. Oh, anyway, buddy. Yeah, that's Pumpkinhead. It's really cool. It's a cool folklore. I mean, it's one of these like stories that probably was around in the Appalachian area and like urban legends kind of thing, but in the woods.
Yeah.
So, and it's a really cool story. It's an hour and a half. It
Perfect.
breezes by. It's on Tubi right now, so we love
Yeah.
that.
What do you rate it? How many heads of pumpkin?
I give this. I hadn't thought of it. I mean, it's really good. I really like it a lot. I mean, I'd say a 3.5. Three
Yeah.
and a half little baby pumpkin heads when you chopped one of them in half.
Little dehydrated pumpkin head. He digs up the little dehydrated one, pours some water on it, sprouts into the big one.
Like,
Yeah. The sound stage like lightning in the background.
It is funny. Like the other thing I like about this movie is like electricity is all in the air. Like even when Pumpkinhead's not there, like it's like I mean I guess it's like lightning, but like it just sounds like electricity, like Terminator. Like when they come in the ball thing, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, and it was probably a choice by Stan.
Yeah, something to add.
I mean, I can't imagine the budget was crazy for this movie, so they just had to work with what they had, and the sets are great, and I think that adds to it. Well, what do you rate this?
For me, this one's 4.5.
Oh, I should have done 4. Damn it, I suck.
You could still do 4.
I don't want to.
Okay, I 4.5. It's one of my favorite movie monsters. Like 1988 is one of my like favorite years of horror movies and kind of films in general. So, something about them, they're great.
Is that when you were born?
Yes.
Is that why?
No, I wasn't watching them when I like just existed.
No, but I mean, at some point, did you make a conscious decision and you were like, I like all the movies of the year of my birth?
No, it was just a weird thing I noticed that after I was watching through a lot of stuff again, I was like, this movie's really good. And then like I was like, oh, Night of the Demons. Okay, wow, this one's really fun. Like something about the
Chopping Mall.
Chopping Mall, I think that was 88. Or maybe 80.
I mean, it seems like it. God, I was born in 78. Mine was like Smokey and the Bandit.
86 was Chopping Mall.
Mine was probably like Smokey and the Bandit and Convoy or some shit.
Nothing wrong with those. I thought BMX Bandits was your favorite.
I mean, Rad is my favorite.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Rad. Yeah, BMX Bandits. BMX Bandits is just okay, but they do take their bikes in a water slide, so there's that. So fucking weird. And here in less than a month, I'm going to be actually, like 10 days, Jeffrey, 12 days.
Yeah.
Meet crew himself, Bill Allen from Rad. Tears will be streaming down my face.
I love you. I love you.
I need to get all my shit together to get him to sign.
Yeah. Was he the one you guys interviewed before?
Yeah, we did interview him, yes.
Cool.
On the Nerdy Laser show. All right, well, that's it for this week. We are next week. Because we love Tubi so much, we are talking about a Tubi movie.
Yeah, Tubi original.
Tubi original, Bury the Bride, starring one of my favorites, Scout Taylor Thompson.
Oh yeah.
And directed and written by Mr. Spider-One? One Spider?
I don't know.
Rob Zombie's brother.
All right.
So from Power Man 5000. I think it's Spider-One. Him and his wife wrote it, and he directed it. She may have, I mean, it may be directed by both of them too. But I listened to the Talk Scary to Me podcast
Oh yeah.
with
My
Scout
friend
and
Danielle
Danielle,
Harris.
and they had him. They've been doing a really good job because they've been having guests on, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Like they had Spencer from Ice Nine Kills, the band you love so much, Jeff,
Yeah.
and then they had One Spider or whatever the hell his name is, and I thought, oh well, we'll watch it, and I mean, I've seen half of it, and it's solid, like it's good. I mean, there are some questionable things, but I mean, it's horror movies.
Yeah, it's his first movie. We give
But
him
it's good. I mean, it's really good. It's actually not his first movie, but
what was his other one? I feel like I've seen it.
I don't know. It's like Anthropophagus or something. I don't know.
Probably wasn't that. What? His
I
name's Spider-One.
I think so.
Let's see. Hold on. I pulled him up.
I
Here.
always heard like they weren't really brothers, but I
Oh,
mean,
it's Undertaker and Kane all over again.
but they are brothers. Like he talked about their childhood and stuff.
Allegoria was the
I
other.
was close.
Why does that sound familiar? Was that on Shudder or something?
I think it was. Yeah,
Okay.
I think he talked about that.
Yeah, that's why I know the name then. Not
So
not
Bury the
Spider-Woman.
Bride. Bury the Bride. I'm excited to talk about something like that, something newer. It just released like in April, so I mean it's a new movie. It's straight to Tubi. They do have a lot of Tubi originals, so
Shark
check them out.
something.
Shark Side of the Moon.
Shark Side of the Moon.
I should just watch it.
I think you're due.
Dude, have you seen Moonfall?
No, is that the Patrick what's his face one?
Yeah, not Warburton.
Conjuring guy?
Huh?
The Conjuring?
Yeah, Conjuring guy.
Yeah.
Dude, Moonfall is not the movie you fucking think it is. It's insane. It's insane. Like you think it's just a disaster flick with the moon hitting the earth. So like no, it's fucking bananas.
There's more to it than that?
Oh my god, it's fucking bananas. I mean, I can ruin it for you.
No, don't. I want to watch it. I want to watch it.
It is bananas. I mean, you're like by the end of it, you're like, I don't know whether like the first half, solid. It's a good Roland Emmerichsen movie. And then it just goes way batshit crazy, like more batshit crazy than Independence Day. Like it's just fucking out there. I mean, I like it. I think that's why I liked it so much, just because it's not what I expected, and it's crazy. But yeah, watch that. So anyway, I guess until next time, what should they do, Jeff?
They need to keep it bloody.
Because somebody has to, Ed Harley.